Oh crap. Here come the French. Well, I guess I might as well start this new episode here then. Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval 2 Total War Definitive Edition here today on the channel. We've just been attacked here by the French as I'm sieging out Toulouse. And the French king, came back south. Well, in the last episode, obviously we're continuing on our war with the French. That army, the reinforcing one, went north into Aquitaine, I thought. But they've actually doubled back, which is a little bit annoying. But anyway, welcome to episode 4. We've got a massive battle here in southern France, which will probably decide the future of the conquest of France for the Holy Roman Empire.
To be thought a well-educated man. Our empire is, after all, the refuge of Roman wisdom. But I tell you that, in all my studies, I have never encountered the like of our foes. They would fill bestiaries as yet unwritten, and good scholars would blush to record their perversities. Our French foes hold us in scant regard, men. They treat duty and honor as things to be put aside, and cover their moral nakedness with words like glory and France. They are not worthy foes for soldiers such as we. With God's good graces we shall strike them down. With God's good graces we shall strike down a quarter of our enemy's army today. Courage will be our watchword. Despair theirs. Our lack of spears must be made good by our courage. And I see the enemy have many horsemen. All the better for them to run from us. And now, noble Germans, look to your duty and smile. If you die, you die in the company of friends. No man can ask for a better end than that. It follows that worry and fear are needless burdens and can be left behind. I do not march with them, and am considered a brave man. So, advance as I do!
Okay, great. What a fantastic speech, Maximilian. Mandorf. Right, let's have a look at the topography of this battle map and see what we're working with. So, thickly forest, not good. I can't see anything here. Is there a bit of a clearing here? Can we go to the edge of the map to not get surrounded? That's a downhill in a forest. That's not good. Back here's a bit... That's not too bad, but it's still a little bit forested. What have we got over here? Oh, no, this is perfect. We've got a French monastery here. Or some sort of building. Oh, no, this is perfect. Oh, we'll use this to our advantage. Oh, I love this battle map, actually. Now remembering it. Oh, wow. So, it's actually bang in the corner. We can actually use this building to our advantage. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall everyone back. Oh, this is perfect. You can't get much better than this. So, we're going to be able to divide our army and basically play with our right-hand side against the monastery walls. Oh, dude, this is perfect. Because this is actually quite a difficult fight. We are heavily outnumbered in this one. We are dealing with the French king. Mandorf isn't the most accomplished commander. I'm trying to think of his military exploits. I think he's probably the lowest tier of all our generals. I'm sorry. Mandorf. He's going to have to earn his dukedom, I guess. Military experience-wise, he's probably fought against... Yeah, he probably fought against Milan to some extent. He would have been in and around the Milanese wars, but he wouldn't have been part in the crucial conflicts with Otto von Kessel, who was the commander and major honorary general in those wars. Emperor Heinrich is still heading eastward. It's interesting they've got so many wars on the Western Front, and the Emperor has been not even fighting in Western Europe. He's been focusing on his dream and ambition to take Constantinople for the Holy Roman Empire. As we move into position here. So if everything goes to plan, we should be able to sit back and relax, form up a nice, strong and tough old shield wall, and make sure your spears strike true. We should be able to smash the French army. Ideally, we would like their soldiers and infantry to fall and clash upon our shields in our defensive position like water on rock. That'd be glorious. Just need to form this up nicely, just make it a little bit look nicer. But yeah, so in today's episode, we're going to continue with our war against the French. We managed to catch them in a blitzkrieg. We went with a little bit, as Germans do, with an aggressive attack. Funnily enough, we kind of went with a bit of a Schlieffen plan, let's say, and attacked the French. But it was interesting that they haven't had too many military forces around their capitals. We've actually been quite lucky to some extent in both, actually in the Venetian, the Milanese, and now this war. The armies haven't been around their capital, because once you take their capital, you can really cut off at the head of their economy, essentially. It might actually be different with this war against the Byzantines, because we're currently on a two-frontal war, focusing on the French and the Byzantines simultaneously. We do have that loose peace treaty with the Venetians, who are essentially a government in exile. You'd think they'd nearly be under a regency, potentially, as well, with Croatia, their territories in modern-day Croatia, and Venice itself falling. Venice, in all but name, as the first French army's coming up to deal with this. I wonder if this is the King's army. I wouldn't imagine so. So let's speed things up. We're formed up in this defensive position next to the chaplain. And hopefully God will be with us as we battle on the holy, sacrosanct church fields of Toulouse here. Like the church grounds. We're literally going to be fighting on it, as they are attacking us at the end of the day, so we can sit back. I've managed to flank around with my cavalry. We've got an interesting variety of cavalry here. We've got some mercenary knights, which are very, very poggers. And then we've got some merchant militia cavalry, thanks to the guild that we've got in Venice. And then we've got just some Holy Roman Empire knights as well. But this is basically make or break for the French. This is the flashpoint. This is their death or defeat victory. If they lose here today, that's it. They ain't coming back from this. The beauty is with Medieval 2, you can really, although there isn't manpower in Medieval, there essentially is, because it's very hard for the AI to recruit back once they lose so much, even with the cheats they get on the higher difficulties, where we've charged on in here. I kind of want them to hit my front line so we can go with the exact same plan and tactic we had in the Battle of Milan, where we sat back, allowed them to lock into the anvil, and we swang around with the Roman hammer, as it were. Alright, we've managed to catch some of them there, but it really could be better. King Philip is dead. His son, King Louis, fighting for the freedom of the French people, isn't going to go quietly. Annoyingly, there's a bunch of forests there. They're actually trying to phase us out slightly. I think I might move some of my forces a bit. There is that secondary army coming, but it might be a way off, as fighting is now taking place on the church grounds. Spears trading back and forth. Yeah, I just think France, just the way you attack them, as we're heading from, obviously, the east of their territories, west of ours, I just think they're... Oh, here goes a flying wedge formation here against these mercenary spears, though. Oh my god, look at that. Dude, we just absolutely trashed. We just shat on that unit, oh my god. Just got absolutely buckled. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think it's just like the way we pushed into Reims and Paris. Like, we can get there so quickly compared to attacking from the English perspective, because or even like the Spanish, man. Like, I feel like the French, maybe just due to the wars with Spain and England, they have their forts there so bunkered on in, they have left their German border susceptible. Like, if Reims, for example, was a proper fortified castle, I reckon we'd struggle. Look at that, dude. We just trashed that unit. Oh my god. That's awesome. Still 50-50. Dude. Mandorf, Maximilian, Mandorf the Magnificent here. That's what I'm gonna call him if he can pull this one out the bag. Because so far he's doing really well. The cavalry seems to be suffering a bit, but the spearmen are doing quite well, which is surprising. They're not the best unit, but just because they're bunkered on into a defensive formation, like their left and right flank is secure. Same with the rear, so they are firmly committed to holding that line, because they know the only way that their fellow German boys can get killed is head and frontal on, as the French go in here with another crazy suicidal charge into spears, just trying to break on through. And we've killed Captain Gaspard, a lieutenant of the French Grande Armée. Okay, I'll speed things up. I am still worried about that reinforcing army, which I don't think is. I think it's hiding in the fog, the forest there. I was going to say the fog of war, the forest. I just got to be careful. Is that some of it there? Maybe. Yeah, there's a star, so it's a French general, maybe, or the French king potentially. It's obviously a general to some extent. My cavalry has absolutely been smashed. They have sort of divided the force a little bit, but I'm uber impressed with how well the German infantry has held up. I've been calling you trashed here, boys. I'm sorry. I'm going to pat yourselves on the back for this one, as the second wave of the French come on in. To be fair, maybe I should rephrase what I'm saying when I'm saying trash. Like, for offensive sieges that we've been doing, they haven't been the best. Just by the time they get whittled down by arrow fire, nice softened up, once they get into the town square or the streets of a city, they do not last too long. Even with those narrow sieges that we won in the last couple of episodes, we were nearly relying on archers and cavalry to sort of clutch in and around the town squares. But the first army has capitulated, which is really good, because I wasn't expecting too much military resistance down here. There's more armies defending Toulouse than there did Paris. I'm kind of lucky because I kind of lopsided the offensive. So we've obviously got the Greece theatre, where we've got a stack and a bit, and then we've got 3 going into France. So militarily, the French, if not have more than us. Well, we mobilized 3 full stacks. You never know. We probably could have. Yeah, because they've got like 3 in the field mobilized. They probably have more, because they are in their homeland at the end of the day. Like, if we ever got attacked by the French and we had 3 stacks mobilized, we probably could quite quickly mobilize probably 2 full stacks within a couple turns, just from essential conscripts. But here's a general unit here. I wonder if it's the French king going to lead the charge firstly. Potentially. There is a couple generals there. So they've gone in, and they are falling as well. Dude, even against town militia. Yeah, it's getting to the point where the second army's now committing. I can't afford to lose this fight, so I might actually flank or move this secondary army group to get involved, because they're not even targeting it. They are throwing absolutely everything they've got, the French, at this one position for whatever reason.
Continue like this, and victory is ours.
Okay. Apparently our men are winning the battle. I guess the power has shifted slightly. I actually think we just go over and help, because we've got a couple of options there to do with these secondary reinforcements. What I bet, if I move everyone over there, they're just going to attack me. So, and if I swing everyone out and around, they've caught me in the open field. Like, you might be thinking, oh, go around, quickly flank and surround. Oh, hang on, we've got an attack here. You might be able to envelop them. I reckon we'll get caught, because now that we've run out of cavalry protection... Oh, they're actually trying to get around here slightly. Oh, those cheeky buggers. They haven't attacked here with really great number. They've attacked once with 1 unit. Now they're attacking with 2. As soon as I gave up the position, 28% to their 65. Dude, even if we lose this entire army, we're taking out so many of them, but we're doing so well. This could be the crucial and potentially clutch battle for France. This is a absolute elite performance militarily by Mandorf here. Gotta give it to him. He might even be rewarded with a princess. Because I want to try and... If he's getting really good traits off this, I want to try and keep them in our family line.
Our men are winning the battle. Like
okay, unfortunately, the cavalry capitulated. Which is annoying. But we can always get more. They're going in again. We haven't actually had any RNG of getting a major general. We killed a captain, I think. I think there's 2 actual generals in this, which we haven't taken out. It might happen soon, because one of those looks quite bloody. Oh, they've got a ballista there. That could complicate things. Oh, no, the enemy king is dead. One less enemy of the Reich. Oh, King Louis as well. Oh, well, that's it. It's probably going to go GG. Let's move on here. We need to stop that ballista. Keep 1 unit there. Send a unit just to nullify it. Look, you're a spear unit getting potentially exposed. I'm not even fussed if you don't destroy the unit fully. If you stop that thing firing. Because you got to be really careful in medieval too. A rogue crossbow bolt.
We have broken the enemy army.
Oh. Or ballista or trebuchet can actually take out a general unit. But no, that's it. The enemy forces are broken, seeing the second French king die. Philippe. Now, Louis. You will get burials. At the, the Basilica of Saint Denis. And state funerals as well, I assure you. As we've taken Toulouse. Which is going to be a really crucial settlement for us if we ever need to venture over the Pyrenees, as it were. Or maybe even a defensive apparatus as well. We're going to be able to defend any incursion that comes potentially our way. As we sort of try and run down as many of the remaining French here if we can. With good old Mandorf. So, I wonder how many pieces of territory the French have left. I still don't know who owns Aquitaine. It's potentially either... it's only either under English or French control. But now... we're getting to the stage where we might need to declare war upon the English soon if they catch us unawares. That could be a thing. Hopefully they don't attack us, actually. Now they're a little bit militarily weakened. And slightly exposed here in France. I just can't see the last of them running here. There we go. We've got some line of sight there. We just need to make sure we pursue and purge as many of these little French boys as we can. And that's pretty much a GG. It could go into a regency, but I don't know, it just depends. because we've taken out a lot of generals. We might get lucky. Alright, let's end that there. Oh my god. Heroic victory, 9,900 lost. That's an understatement. 180 with the crossbows there, that's quite a bit. He do nothing but talk of heroes. Okay. We'll get rid of those. England want to negotiate with me now. Or maybe just bribe the settlement along with Sicily. Those watchtowers have come in well. We've got fantastic line of sight in and around Germany. Another candidate for adoption. No, I want to try and roleplay the family tree to some extent. Oh no, France has been destroyed. Oh, we did get lucky. I was going to say that we've taken out so many generals it can happen. Denmark with the finances, bunch of children there. Unfortunately, the cardinal's gone. Oh, it might make things a lot easier now pushing into the remaining French territory. Yeah, so they do have Aquitaine by the look of it. The English. But yeah, it's mostly just rebel units now. I think they're far worse than actually what would have been French in here anyway. So Toulouse has now fallen to Maximilian Mandorf. And a reinforcing army. So they have Bordeaux. Now we're besieging out Angers as well. And then they do have Brittany. So we'll bring Angers under our control. Replenish and repair where we can. Alright, cool. Everything looks good on the Western Front with the Holy Roman Empire. Back over in the Greece theatre. We're still sieging out the Byzantines in Corinth. And we might have to fight this one. Yeah, let's fight it. We haven't fought against the Byzantines on the battle map just yet. The conquest of Thessalonica was just an easy auto resolve in the end. I want to play against the Byzantines. This time around we have the Siege of Corinth. Let's burn it into the ground and salt it. Like the Romans of old. Potentially. Arguably. Maybe. Alright, anyway. Come on, let's hear the speech.
Remember your duty. Make your peace with God. Now, carry slaughter to the enemy!
To battle, lads. Let's get things underway. Oh, it's this battle settlement. I kind of hate it. I don't know why. I just think it's the encroachment. Yeah, it's just like a tough one. I always tend to lose more casualties on it. Maybe because I'm not going for the right plan of attack. Where's the best way to attack this? Am I going in the right way here? Let me know in the comments. Or we better off like completely rotating around the backhand side of the castle. I don't know. But maybe it also just sort of depends on the pathway up. Alright, let's move you here. We'll move the ram up next to it. Because we're getting to the stage now that there's going to be better quality tower defenses that can potentially burn and break battering rams. Alright, let's move up our additional reinforcements. This time he doesn't have the oh my god, why? Hang on, I misclicked there. Ah! Oh no. Mein Gott, that's annoying. The fuck? Oh. I accidentally had everyone in Control A when I was trying to move something. Far out. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. Grab all the spare spearmen that aren't attached to siege equipment to form up. Just doing a quick little U-turn in front, a bit of a burnout in front of the gate of Corinth. As we send the Slavs up, we've lost 4% of their force, so at least we're trading. We didn't just lose 10% of our German boys doing that stupidity. Alright. Our Balkan archers seem to be doing alright. Stats-wise, these are actually quite good. I do quite like that in Medieval 2 as well. as you expand and conquer into territory, your army builds can reflect the populace that you can draw from. We've obviously got the core, classic Germanic and Western European mercenary spearmen and heavy mailed cavalry, and then we sort of head down to the eastern region. We can get horse cav more, Balkan archers, even like pikes and stuff in certain areas. But fighting is now breaking out on the walls as both Roman and Byzantine infantry break out. I'm curious the opinion of the Byzantines here, who probably see themselves as true Roman. Some might even call this a Roman civil war with the Holy Roman Empire, holy and Roman in all but name. I know, controversial, but the Byzantines themselves would have called themselves Roman. Not Byzantines, of course. Alright, let's move on in. Okay, so the spearmen can now walk into the town square, continue to give chase against any unit that opposes your entry. We've one on the walls there. There isn't too much infantry, thankfully, in this offensive siege. It's mostly just horse archers. So once we're in here, once we bypass the routing and frozen with fierce spearmen by the look of it, it's just cavalry to deal with. The Byzantines have one of the best rosters in the game as well. They have an interesting starting position. Some of the most wealthy regions in the game. Late game, they're incredibly exposed, though, particularly if you push into the east and to the Caucasus. You will have to deal with Mongols, and then even further to that, the Timurids spawn quite close and near to them as well. Hopefully we can get to a stage in the campaign where we're built and strong enough, uniting Western Europe to fight these external influences, like the Mongols or the Timurids, because we're going to need one united Europe to deal with them. Oh, what's this? Oh, I see. Oh, it's the reinforcements coming in. Oh, I'm not the biggest fan of reinforcements coming in like that. I didn't toggle it, because my main problem is, as you can see them just marching on in here, although they look quite cool, strutting their stuff, they could throw away a general if we're not careful. Hopefully we can wrap this battle up with the Emperor's army and military forces before the Princeling and his units under his command come on in and influence things. It's about 80% in our favour, this battle now. Not the most difficult one. Just wanted to sort of show off a battle against the Byzantines as they rout and capitulate here. As seizing Corinth, all of Greece will be under our control. Which, I'm not going to lie, it's a little bit of a... disappointing statement? Underwhelming is the word. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Because when you think of the conquest of Greece, you think of multiple regions. It's kind of like with France in Empire. Like, there's just not enough regions, which doesn't make the conquest of it that fun. Like, there's only like one or two, like in Empire. Like, you take France, you take all of France. I think it's just Paris. I'm getting confused because I played Napoleon recently, but I think it might actually just be Paris, eh? Like, taking Greece, you want to be fighting for Athens. And I don't know, man. Like Larissa to some extent, and Macedon. I guess that's Thessalonica, but you want at least like 4 regions in Greece, not 2. Like, Athens probably wasn't as culturally significant this time period, maybe you'd think. Or it could have been, I don't know, I can't remember. at this specific time period? Like, what was the justification of making it Corinth? Then Athens or something. I wonder what that discussion was. Maybe it was slightly larger. Or maybe it's just bang smack in the middle, so they just used it. Which sometimes they do. I'm not saying that Medieval 2 has the most ahistorical region settlements. As we finish off the last of the Byzantines here in Corinth. And we'll be able to bring the city under our control and influence. And then we can use Greece as a launching pad to take out the last Greek city near us, which is Constantinople. Oh, Emperor Alexius has moved up to Thessalonica. We're going to have to throw him back potentially. Alrighty. But the Achaean world is under our control now. Hellas is under Holy Roman Empire control. Let's replenish and repair where we can. Alright, welcome to the top of the turn. I am actually going to declare war upon the English towards the end of today's episode, and then if any major battles pop up that we have to play, we'll fight that in the next. So they've got Bordeaux, Rennes, and Caen under their control in France, so we will be attacking with Prince Henry, as there's one unit inside of cavalry. We've been able to take that. We might need some help there to get rid of Gaston, as we can siege at Caen in Normandy. Just so I can not attack it. It might have been a French army that rebelled ages ago. Anyway, we're besieging at Normandy now. Prince Robert is inside. A family member. I think he's the third or fourth. Prince of the King. Can't remember exactly. Alexios has moved back. Maximilian Mandorf, the victor of Toulouse, is going to besiege out Bordeaux. But we're going to be able to probably deal a massive blow against the English, as we just outnumber them so much. Look at that. That's a crazy balance of power in our favour. 2,000 against... Yeah, we outnumbered them like insane. I would have liked to play that if they had more units to make it a bit more difficult, but it's just a clean-cut auto-resolve, as we're going to be able to take most of English-occupied France under our control. Well, we all need to build a navy to mobilise and then head to London. I'm curious to see what's sort of going on in the United Kingdom and in the British Isles, because it can be a bit of a battle royale at times. Who's got Wales? Who's got Ireland? How well are Scotland and England going at each other? But unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed episode 4 of the Holy Roman Empire campaign on Medieval 2, the definitive edition of the game. Stay tuned for episode 5 coming out tomorrow, where we deal with the new war that we've caused against the English. We might be able to cross over the channel and take some English territory, which would be awesome. And we're still continuing on our eastern front as well, with the dream and ambition of Emperor Heinrich of conquering Constantinople. So stay tuned for more videos. Hope you like the sound of that. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.